What are we producing? Pretty much just Royal Knights, Archers, Springalds, Mangonels, of course.
They're doing the bonus damage.
Ooh, Springalds sniping my trebuchets. But we've got our own Springald forward now. So what if we just put a keep down here and then started mining this gold? 200 pop, suddenly you've got an insane economy. Hey everyone, good to see you again. Glad you're tuning back in for some more Age of Empires here. We've got ourselves an interesting map here. I haven't really played this much during the 1v1 season. This is a map called Prairie. There's a few interesting tidbits about it. So first off, there's sheep everywhere. Oh my god, there's so many sheep. I'm missing out on them left and right, but I mean, you can't even go 2 screens without seeing like 3-4 sheep on the way. Another thing you'll notice is it's got a dry Arabia feel to it. We're seeing wide open expanses, plenty of angles to attack from. Oh, and wow, my opponent actually going with 2 scouts. My opponent is, oh god. I mean, I'll try. Zidzagzali Kosur? Maybe it's Czech. I'm not sure. But they're playing as the Ottomans while I'm playing as the Chinese. And so you can see we can scoop up a lot of these sheep. I really think my opponent might have it right here, getting 2 scouts. I kind of like that move. We've got enough to age up. We'll go with the Imperial Academy. An opponent decided to not go with the military school. Instead, oh my god, look at how many sheep. This is why you go with a 2nd scout. Damn. Combine that with the Anatolian Hills, it's just going to be a big sheep mass, just a bunch of wool sitting around the town center. But yeah, opponent skipping out on the military school and instead going for a quick age up, getting the Twin Minaret Madrasa. We scout that. But as I was talking about the differences between this map and Dry Arabia, because they look very similar. You got the 3 sacred sites, kind of chancy where the trade posts might spawn. But one thing that is different is kind of the resource distribution. You can see nearby is a large gold vein. You'll get tons of sheep, and nearby is a large stone. So stone, food, wood, gold. All 3 of those are easy to get, but wood is the exception. There's actually very little wood on this map. Or it's at least very scattered. You see it's just small little clumps of trees. You might get lucky and find a small, maybe where 2 connected and it kind of makes a medium-sized chunk of wood. But it's really hard to get wood on this map safely. And that can be a real challenge. We're spotting the scouts coming from our opponent. We made a 2nd scout as well, though less to gather sheep, more to get a sense of what's going on my opponent's side. And we are going for that 2 town center Song Dynasty opening here. And we haven't played this map much. This is a pretty greedy move, and I'm not sure how it's going to work out on Prairie, but we're just testing it out. We're going to see how it goes. We're still seeing stone gathered from our Ottoman opponent, probably to get more military schools, and hopefully, yeah, we can scout that. Look at that, 2 military schools already up. And we also saw stables, and yeah, look at all those sheep. Goodness. And you have the Twin Minaret Madrasa being used as well. Now, of course, we're duking it out with the scout here. We really want to scout him out before we put down our 2nd town center, just get an idea what our opponent's up to. And yeah, we're putting down stables, barracks to try and respond to the stables that we saw. And we're going to suspect archers coming from the military schools, though it looks like it's just all Spahi. It's all the horsemen. We're going to try and put down archer range, but we're realizing we're really close to our 400 wood. We're going to get 1 more scout. Let's take a look here. Yep, some Spahi. More military production. We'll probably see a blacksmith here as well. Yep. But then we spot even more archery ranges coming down. And now we're realizing our opponent's just going to go on full out pressure here. And we're beginning to question putting down that 2nd town center. And this is a big point in the game. This is a big deciding point in the game where I need to either put down a second town center or put down a bunch of outposts and production. In this instance, I decided to go outposts and production. The problem is a lot of this stone that I've gathered is just going to be uselessly piled up because we can't really leverage it like the Ottomans can. Really, we could be putting down a second town center and using the 2 town centers to just get out tons of villagers and rely on our sheep. But I really feel like we're about to get a ton of pressure. So we're going to adapt and make the call here. Let's hold off on the second town center. Instead, we'll put a lot of hand cannon slits out on these outposts and basically make it so that my opponent is going to have to go with a full ram push rather than just run through with Spahi. And now we're seeing the composition. Spahi with archers, classic Ottoman composition. What should I be going? Maybe horsemen and spearmen. I don't think the archery range is particularly necessary, but I'd love to see another stables going down, and I'd love to see some of these villagers on wood getting over to food. Okay, I like this. Look at all that food being gathered. I'd like to supervise this mill. I really only got this one imperial official, it would seem. But yeah, I really want him supervising this mill, getting out as much food as possible and just producing horsemen nonstop. Because you can see in his military production, he's just making archers, Spahi. He's really getting a military going. He's already surpassing me by like 10 military units. That's scary. And my scout's spotting all of this. Yeah, and the blacksmith's got siege engineering queued up. I mean, I'm glad I got the hand cannon emplacements on these outposts, but I need more of a military. Yeah, we got to get more horsemen coming out. And I mean, honestly, we could just make pure horsemen. I really don't know why we're pushing out these archers. We're not really going to be able to go toe-to-toe with his archer ball. But if we make enough horsemen and spearmen, we could just overwhelm the archers. They'd start shooting and scooting, but we might have a chance. Because, yeah, there it is. And you see he's reinforcing with more archers. Ooh, want to get this imperial official out of there. Going to lose the villager. That's all right. And the outpost is firing. That's good. We want his units to come in without the rams. If the outposts are firing, we're happy. If they're not firing, we're sad. We're coming over here for more wood, though really I need food. I think I should be really prioritizing food. We got like 600 income, which is great. We should be pumping out horsemen. And we're getting tons of passive gold income from our imperial official collecting. Not sure what we could leverage that gold on. Maybe we could grab wheelbarrow or horticulture just to really increase our food gathering. And oh, there's some idle villagers right there. And we're not even ahead economically. We have been on our Song Dynasty, but we've been kind of starved for food. And yeah, we'd love it if his units came forward so that our outposts could take shots. I'm going to send my horsemen out to look for reinforcements. I was trying to snipe these archers down. Yep, there's the outpost firing away. Yeah, we're looking to go after his scout or these archers. But he's starting to get upgrades. He's already got +1 attack and +1 armor. We need to back away. Yeah, these horsemen are getting injured. And look at all of these archers. Yeah, up to 22 archers. It's just the feudal unit to make. And our forces are still looking really thin. Where is that second stables, or at least supervise the stables? I'd love to just see tons of stables down, just pumping horsemen. And we need spearmen as well. I'm glad that we're expanding to more resources on the map. And we are looking around for reinforcing units. We're patrolling back and forth, but the rams are already down, and I can kind of see the writing on the wall. I don't think I can hold this off, because the outpost is going to just start firing at the battering rams, and that's just not enough. Alternatively, we could have gone tons of Jugnu. Those do particularly well against battering rams, but I kind of want to rely on my horsemen since they're so good against archers and siege. You can see they get +9 versus ranged units, +10 versus siege. We're dancing back and forth. I want my ranged units attacking his archers. I'm going to target down the Mater, but at 180 health, it's surprisingly tanky. And with all these Spahi, yeah, It's just too much. I lose all my units. Like, look at the military score. I think that this build was just simply too greedy for Prairie. I think in the future when I play this map, I'm going to instead maybe play Abbasid, go with the Eco Wing, get one town center down, and then go from there. I think the 2 town center Song Dynasty as the Chinese is just too greedy, particularly against the Ottomans. I mean, if there's a civ that can put on a great ram rush, it is the Ottomans. And I commend my opponent. Really, this was the right choice. I mean, he identified that I was gathering up stone. I was gathering up enough to make a second town center. And he decided, okay, we'll just push out a ton of military production, which the Ottomans love to do, and we'll just run in. I wish I had maybe recognized a bit more of what unit composition he was going. Could have really pumped the horsemen and spearmen. My unit composition could have been better. But this is tough. Like I said, it feels very Dry Arabia-y, this map. So dying to a ram rush from being too greedy, that's going to happen a lot. Yeah, look at the military count. Anyway, it was a good game. My opponent played it correctly. You got to put a stop to Chinese when you see this. It'll just win you the game. So yeah, hopefully next time we play this map, we go a little less greedy. I still like that kind of macro play style, so we'll probably go for a second town center and tempt our opponent to attack us, but I think this is just a little too extreme. Oh, way to go, Outposts. I'm glad you're still firing away. Anyway, hope you enjoyed the game, and I will catch you for the next one. See you then.